We made it. Okay, but brother, we made it. Okay, 100,000 subscribers. We got the plaque. Yeah, dude, I'm gonna be real, okay? I thought it would be bigger. That's what C said. I'm still grateful, but like 100%. Am I just a giant, or did they actually shrink these down? Although that's another thing. Everybody sews you the front. They never sew you the back. It's like cloth. Like, I'm not trying to be ungrateful, but like legitimately, bro, I was kind of shocked by this. But here's the thing, okay? Do I think the plaque could have been better? Yes. However, what this is meant to signify is that me, a man who just yaps in his upstairs middle room, was able to bolster a community of legitimately some of the coolest people that I can describe, okay? Let me just tell you something right now. I never realized how diverse my fan base is. And I don't mean diverse in like a way like I got a few Africans, I got a few Caucasus people, I got some Indians. Like, no, not at all. I've trained with a few of you. No. I mean like diverse in what you guys like. Until I looked at all the videos I've made. Brother, I have cast an absolutely insanely wide net from analog horror to apocalypses to gaming to history. Like, I probably have one of the craziest like portfolio of content I've ever seen. I truly have earned the name Ethan on Everything because we have covered literally everything. And in this video, I'm going to ask the question and I'm going to rank them in what is my best video or best videos? Yes, I am going to make a tier list. I am going to be ranking each and every single one of my videos that I have made up to this point, minus the past two, because I'm sorry, it hasn't been enough time. It takes me a while to think about my videos. And put them into a tier list on how much I actually enjoy them, okay? Yes, I have gotten to the point where I can watch my own content, okay? And this is meant to be subjective. I'm sure you guys have your own favorite one of my videos, and you guys still want me to make the race tier list, and maybe I'll say something in this video. You never know. But this is meant to be a thank you to you guys. And part 2 of the 100K special, I still got one other video planned and a few announcements throughout. But this is meant to be a love letter to the fan base, and we are going to be ranking all of my videos. And if that sounds good to you, please consider like, comment, and subscribe. You know what? No goals. Let's just have fun with it. And let's get into the tier list. Let's go! Would you survive apocalypses in gaming? This was my breakout hit. Now, on my channel, this shows as the first video, but the first video I ever posted was me playing like some UFC 5. And I was here's the part, dude. Here's the funny part. When this channel started, this was meant to be a side project of another channel called Caveside Convos. But then this blew up, and this was meant to be, and some of you guys might remember this, the original name of this channel was Ethan on Gaming, okay? And that's how crazy this was. This was meant to be a streaming channel, but then I found out I don't have good enough internet for streaming, so I had to pivot. And I wanted to just talk about stuff that I found interesting. And back then, I was making maybe a video every 2 weeks. I didn't have any upload schedule. I didn't have high hopes for this channel. My original goal for the channel, and you can go back, I just wanted to get to 20,000 subscribers by the end of the year. We ended up getting about 110,000, which is, again, it's crazy to be here. I'll just be real with you, bro. That's why I'm dressed up for the occasion. Would I survive apocalypse? I dare say was my second video ever and my breakout star video. I do believe, I don't think it's crazy to say, this video deserves to go in my very best. I look at this video with like, it's crazy that this was the one that really kicked off. If this video didn't blow up, there's a pretty solid chance I wouldn't be here. Because outside of YouTube, I do well on TikTok. Like, at the end of the day, that's where it all came from, okay? Like, I started on TikTok, made some videos, made some people laugh, got fairly big on TikTok, and then I made YouTube videos just to fill my time. And then this ended up blowing up, like, really going crazy a month after it released. And, yeah, I could rant about this one, but if you haven't seen this one went absolutely crazy style, and I'm going to put it in my best. Pixar MILFs. You know that's the only video that I've ever made that's been legitimately demonetized? Like, legitimately. Like, here's the thing. I didn't make money on it. I made this money before I even could get monetized, okay? It was for the love of the game. But then, when they monetized all my videos, they told me, "Ayo, we can monetize everything, but not that. We can't monetize that." And I'm gonna be real with you. Fair. Fair point. Okay, fair. I get it. I get it. No. I think this is probably like a sleeper hit for a lot of you guys. Do I like this one? It's not very polished. I have a few funny jokes. There's a few good sound bites here that you could watch. But outside of that, it was just a video that I was throwing out to have fun. I was still mostly an MMA YouTuber at the time. This was a side project one. I don't really like this one. Not because I don't think it's funny. I know I do think it's funny. But I think I could have done the video better. I think I could do it better if I were to do it again. Am I going to? Probably not. I'm gonna put it in good. I think it's a good one. I don't want to take too long because of how many we have to do. But I'm gonna put it at the top of good for now. Definitely not one of my greats. The greatest peaks in gaming. At this point, I still didn't know where this channel was going to go. The greatest peaks in gaming is because like I was just reminiscing about like the biggest games when I was a kid. You had Minecraft, you had Fortnite, which was first popping off, you had Call of Duty, the prime of Call of Duty, Battlefield. Like, I get into nostalgic moods, and then I start talking about gaming, and then this is kind of the love child out of it. Now, do I really like this video? Not really. The thumbnail's kind of bad. I could have done better with the thumbnail. I could have done better with the editing. I could have done better with that. There's a lot that I would have done different in this video, but this was when I was still learning. And frankly, I was still learning the cadence of how to get information out to you guys. It's good. Nah, it's not. I'd put it in mid. If I had to be a brutal honest, it's mid. It's a very mid video I made. Best zombies in gaming. Ooh, this one. Yeah, I like this one. This one, I was still riding off like the high. Like when your videos first start getting big and then you make another video, you're all happy about it because you're like, yeah, man, I got this. And then you make a video and then you realize, oh, yeah. It's you get kind of fraud checked by the algorithm. And that's kind of what happened with this one. It did decent. I'm not going to say it did bad. It was like top 3 videos, but back then I had less than 10 videos on the channel. So like you understand what I'm saying. I had fun with the video. You can tell my thumbnail style was starting to come into play. Pretty mid. I'm going to be real. It's a pretty mid one. I was not a huge fan of it. Not a big fan. It could have been better, but I was starting to show some promise. Top of mid. It's better than the greatest peaks in gaming. Would I survive movie apocalypses? This one I had to do a spin back because the views were drying up from Would You Survive apocalypses, and I wanted to recapture some of that, and it turned out to work. And this was when I realized, oh, I could talk about movies too. So understand, we went from Ethan on gaming to I could do gaming and movies. This was when I realized, oh, I could just kind of talk about what I want, and it kind of worked. So I branched off the movies to see how that went, and that ended up doing really good. At this point, my thumbnail style was working. I was figuring out like what my audience liked. It was a bit more structured compared to some of my other early videos. I would actually put this in one of my great. I think it's a great one. It's not as good as Would You Survive Gaming Apocalypses, but it's definitely one of my better ones. Life After Death. I have no clue what I was thinking when I made this video. Now, do I regret it? Absolutely not. It was pretty funny. It was. Now, as you can tell, I was still working on, again, pretty early video. These are out of order. Okay, the best part about this entire video was my bit on afterlife and Scientology, where when you die, you get basically Bluetooth to a Saturn moon, and then they basically hit you with space nirvana if you have to go back or not. So, pretty funny. Some research went into it. Pretty good. Could have done better. But at the end of the day, it's mid, but it's like bottom of mid. It's better than Peaks. Peaks in gaming I'm still not happy with that one. Life After Death, I don't know. It was a fun video to make. Unexplained Phenomena. Oh, how do I rank this one? Ooh, this one's a tough one because this gave me the freedom to, now I can talk about movies, now I can talk about gaming, I do a little bit of TV shows, and I can just talk about random stuff I find interesting, like folklore stuff. So, in a way, this video did not perform that good, but it gave me the freedom to talk about other things. Does that make sense? I'm able to talk about other things as I'm doing this video. And I think because of the freedom that kind of gave me, I'm going to put it in good. It's a pretty good video. People have some good time on it. I got the roast ghost, Sasquatch, all the unicorns, all that type of stuff. Creepypastas. Ooh, okay. So my channel went through like multiple identities. If you've been around long enough, I've earned the name Ethan on Everything, because I went from being a gaming channel, a movie channel, to I wanted to be like a scary, spooky story, because I listen, people probably already know, I watch a lot of Creepcast, this was in part an inspiration from watching Creepcast. It got me back into watching creepypastas and going to subreddit. Like, it got me back into it, and this was kind of like, okay, I'm going to make a video on it. It did pretty good, I'll say that. This was during, like, my Halloween arc where we were talking about scary stuff all the time, and it ended up doing fairly well, and I would actually put it as one of my great videos. Yeah, I have a lot of good things to say about my creepypasta video. Is it my best scary video? No. You guys probably already know what my best scary video is, and I want to put that in great. Goth Women. It's like a worse Pixar MILF video. Like, real talk, it's like a worse version of that. Like, pretty mid. I really don't have much to say. This was just meant to be as a spiritual successor to the Pixar one, and it just fell apart. So I'm going to... Actually, worst. I would actually put it as one of my worst videos. Is it my worst video of all time? No, I will talk about what my worst video is, in my opinion. SCPs! Ooh, I think this was the first scary one I ever made, because people want me to talk about SCPs, and understand, this was when I started breaking in the scary stuff, so now I have scary stuff in my toolkit that I could just pull out of my inventory whenever I need content. And I will go back to some SCP stuff in the future, however, I really enjoyed this video. This video did pretty well, too. It's one of the greats. Yeah, I'd put it in one of the greats. One of the greats, I think that's fair. Yeah. A lot of you guys actually really like this one. Yeah. Yeah. Worst pets. Now, this one was actually the idea of my brother. Not Levi. No, the other one. The other one gave me the idea for this. He hasn't been on camera yet. And he wanted me to go over some of the worst pets that you could ever have. And this was just one to fill up my catalog. I needed to come up with a video quick, make the tier list, and then film it. So, as far as being a Rust video, it actually did pretty well, and it performed better than average at the time. I think it's one of my good videos. Yeah, one of my good videos, top of good, almost in great. Yeah, I'm happy with how that video turned out. Apocalypses. Now, this one was going over, like, real-life apocalypses, and I'm gonna be real, it's probably one of my weakest videos, at least when we're talking about. Apocalypse was my breakout thing. And then after this, I realized, okay, maybe I'm not that. Maybe this shouldn't be just my channel. And when I'm talking about this, I think, how am I going to rank this? It's one of my weaker ones. At the end of the day, yeah, mid. Bottom of mid. I don't like that video. I would have done that differently. Gaming protagonist tier list. Now, this was before Aura, okay? Will I remake this for the Aura stuff? Maybe, I don't know. But gaming protagonist, again, one of my early videos. I just needed something to fill up the catalog, talk about Arthur Morgan, talk about, like, Master Chief, Doom Guy, all of those guys. And it's mid. It's a mid one. It's a forgettable video. It's one of my early ones. I'm going to put it at the bottom of good because it isn't... I think it's better than the zombies video, but it's bottom of good in my opinion. The analog horror tier list. This is, to date, my most popular video of all time. It is. Okay, you wanna know what's crazy? I got to 100,000 subscribers. Never once got 1 million views on anything. Like, it's actually kind of crazy. Like, we just grew that quickly to I never had that breakout, and all my videos just performed pretty decently. And I think the analog horror one, I want to give you an idea. The analog horror tier list did so good, I actually considered just making this a scary story channel. Legitimately, it did that good. I was thinking about the future of my channel. But I like scary stuff, but I don't like to only cover scary stuff. However, this is one of my all-time favorite ones. Yes, it's one of my best work. It is one of my best work, okay? And no. My best videos are not always the best performing, but in this scenario, I understand. I really like these two. Phobias. I like this one. I actually needed a sheet of paper to read off because I didn't know what trichinophobia, trypophobia, a whole bunch of different phobias, dog. And I'm not the big... this one was decent, but it needed some work. and it's going at the top of mid. I needed a scary video because we were in October, and this was the idea that I came up with for phobias. Yeah, top of mid. Superpowers, part 1. I think this is my mom's favorite video because she helped me out with this one, and we had like some good, funny conversations with this. And I'm gonna be real, it's one of my all-time favorite ones. That's why it's still, when you pull up my YouTube channel, it is the video that is always playing because I do really like this one. I'm gonna put it in one of my best. One of my best is the Superpowers one. I personally think that is fair. People do enjoy that one. Elden Ring Bosses DLC Edition. Never made one for the base game. Just wanted to get into gaming stuff. I used snippets from like TikTok videos that I filmed that actually like blew up on TikTok, but not here. So kind of got difficulty checked. Like, to give you an idea, like, I was blowing up on TikTok with this, where I went from like 70,000 to 250,000 followers within like 2 weeks. Because I was covering, like, Elden Ring stuff. Like, that's how crazy it blew up. So I thought I could replicate that same success here. Absolutely not. The YouTube algorithm really said, nah, little bro, keep grinding. And I really dislike... If I had to delete one of my videos, it unironically would be this one. I really dislike this video. It is probably my worst video. Honestly. Yeah, it probably is my worst. Superpowers Part 2. This video didn't... I've noticed that my part 2s don't do that good. So you notice whenever I make a video that could arguably be a part 2 to something, I just do it by a different metric because the algorithm really does not like part 2s in the title. So I just stopped naming things part 2. That's why I stopped doing that. And that's a little tip for you guys. I'm putting it in great, but bottom of great. I enjoyed this video, but I understand why it didn't do well, if that makes sense. Canceled creators. Now, this was when I started dipping my toe into the drama situation. This was during the Dr. Disrespect saga, the Mr. Beast saga, all the other crazy stuff that was going on. This was during the heat of that. So I was feeling a little bit drama-y, okay? So I put my toes in, and then the video did fairly well. I was going to call it the Predators tier list. But the problem is not all of them were predators, and I didn't want to catch a case for that. I can say you're canceled legally. I can't call you a predator, or that's defamation. So, yeah, I kind of had to play around that. Really, yeah. It's a good video. It's a good one. I put it above Worst Pet. Worst Pets is better. Yeah. Historical melee weapons. I was in my historical phase. Like, here's the funniest part about my channel, okay? You can tell what mood I was in by looking at my video catalog. If I was in a history mood, a ranty mood, a gaming mood, a spooky mood. Like, you can tell where my mind was going if you look through the entirety of my videos, because you're like, oh, that makes sense. Oh, I see the connection here. Like, my historical melees one was by, like, my war crimes and war videos because I wanted to talk about, like, history stuff. And this one's pretty funny. I would actually put it's a good video above my gaming protagonist. It's pretty middle of the line, but not quite in mid. My cryptid tier list. I did not like this one. I had this big whole idea of going over every single state in the 50 United States and going over all of their cryptids and putting them in a tier list. And then, like, I really thought I was Wendigoon, only to find out, yeah, nah, it didn't do that good. Like, here's the fun part about being a YouTuber is also the scariest part, because you get to find out what your audience likes. And I read the comments, but I'll be real with you. Sometimes the most vocal group of people in the comment section is not always the majority in what the YouTube algorithm wants. So what I've learned is to just put out a bunch of different stuff and then just see what sticks. That's kind of what I've learned, and my cryptid video did not do well. I filmed it I don't really. It's pretty bad. Yeah, I didn't like it either. Yeah, I didn't like it. TV show villains. Now, this was not an Aura video. Now, I might actually remake this one doing it for Aura because I left out Walter White. And my argument for leaving out Walter White is that he was a good guy in the beginning, but I left in Eren Yeager. Yeah, like the most famous hero to villain story ever. Yeah, he gets to stay in, but Walter White's not. I still watch that and I'm like, bro, that's dumb. That's dumb. I really dislike that I did that. It's mid, at bottom of mid. It even did well, but I'm not happy with it. I could have done that better. I do plan on remaking this later on because yeah. Villains in gaming. The funny part about this is another one where like I could have done it better because I put Sauron in here, and I'll be real, like Sauron is in all forms of media, but he's probably the least famous inside of gaming. So yeah, dumb. I think I messed up on here. Will I ever remake this video? Maybe in the next couple weeks I'll remake a few of these. There's a few of these I would be willing to give another chance. And this is one that I definitely could have done better. It's bottom of mid. You're seeing how I rank my own stuff, and this is the videos that I frankly do not like. Crimes. Now these ones were like, this one was funny. I enjoy this one. Did it do well? Not really. But at the end of the day, some of my videos I made for fun, and this was one of them. This was just me talking about crimes, on how much I would let you get away with it if you were my friend. And I think that's funny. I do. I think crime is funny. No, it's not. I'm just joking. I'm going to put it at the top of good. Yeah, top of good. Yeah, I'm keeping it. Analog Horror Volume 2. This is when I was like, ayo, but instead of doing Part 2, what if I do Volume 2? No, the algorithm still doesn't like that. So now I'm just like, will I do another analog horror video? Yes, I do have an analog horror like monster video where I go over like how either scary or easy to survive these are if I was in their world. And I do have that planned on video coming out pretty soon actually. And yeah, I'll do that one. Analog Horror Volume 2. It's not nearly as good as the first Analog Horror one. It's a good one. It just didn't perform well. Yeah, I'm gonna put it by canceled creators in good or B tier. Ranking every Marvel movie. This was when I realized that I could just rank movies. Okay, like understand this. I'm a creature of habit. So part of the reason I've stuck with tier list content for so long is because I'm scared to try out different types of content because I'm worried it's gonna bomb. But I am to the point where like, that's kind of what I'm gonna have to do because you guys want that, and the tier list videos are good, but they are limiting, and I make enough money from here that I could hire an editor to do other types of videos. So, like, the ranking the Marvel movies one was definitely one that I threw out as like, oh yeah, I could do that. And I actually think it did pretty good. It was a low effort, fun video. I got the rant about Marvel movies. That's all it was. Worst times to be alive. A lot of you guys just forgot that I made this video because I get a lot of what are the worst times to be alive suggestions in the Discord. And will I probably remake this one? Yeah, because I'm not happy with how I did this. And I would actually put this one in mid. It's a very painfully mid video that I would redo, but I need to wait. Enough time has to pass so people completely forget it. Historical ranged weapons. This one was just a part 2 to the melee weapons one. This was at a point where I was just focused on growing, getting views, trying to grow the channel up, and it was just an easy 3-part series that I could do for ranged weapons. At the end of the day, I didn't like it as much as the melee weapons, but it was still good, but like bottom of good level. Yeah, bottom of good. Wars! This was me just talking about basically all the wars that the USA has been. And I think this was the first one with like this background. All the videos before this, I think were on like the old brick background. Before we upgraded a little bit. But we didn't have the shelves, so it looked pretty bad. And there was an echo, so it really sucked. Would I redo this one? Yeah, because I only did America, and I do believe, like, I want to do just dedicated videos over, like, the Civil War, World War II. I have a World War II video that I am still working on. That's just me explaining everything that happened in World War II in basic terms. My wars video is pretty mid. I did not like this one, frankly. I was not, I was not the biggest fan. Fictional weapons. This was, like, I wanted to do another weapons video, so I did fictional weapons in order to cast in on that. But unironically, I had the most fun with this one because I got to talk about fictional weapons and pop culture. I would actually say this does make it into one of my great videos because, yeah, they also gave me a lightsaber to wield. As that's my only sponsorship I've ever gotten, was me getting that lightsaber. So yeah, that's why I have a lightsaber right there. I like that. That bottom of great. Grossest foods. This was when I was experimenting with different types of editing styles where I would like put Wikipedia sections. And at the end of the day, it was not a great video. I could have done better. I like, it's one of my worst. It's one of my worst that I've done. I could have done better. Frankly, yeah. Would I win against slasher villains? This was like a breakout star. And I want you to understand, this started the going into the aura direction, okay? And listen, yes, aura videos are going to be on here, which is like the latest one that has kind of helped me out. People say I milk the aura stuff, but you guys seem to like it, but I do need to feed my other fan bases. And you guys, yeah. When I'm talking about the would I win slasher villains, this one did this one went hard. This one did really good. And I would actually put it as one of my great videos because I got to talk about slasher villains and it was Halloween. The torture tier list. I was so worried this one was going to get demonetized, but no. In fact, it actually did pretty well. But at the end of the day, could have been better. I'm breezing through these because of how many there are. We're like half. How far are we? We're like halfway through. Oh my gosh, bro. Oh my. Okay, I've made a lot of videos. My torture tier list. Bottom of good. It's not bottom of good. That's probably the lowest I can go for good before it just goes in the mid. Most aura in history. Listen, this is already going to go on. It's one of my best videos I've ever made. I would argue it's one of my all-time greatest videos I've ever made. And it is the only video that if you look up who has the most aura in history, I am the first video that comes up. And I don't know if it does it anymore. Google Gemini would cite my video as evidence for why Jesus has the most aura in history. I literally convinced Google to say that Jesus has the #1 aura. I'm sorry, is that brain rot? Yes. Don't care. I felt good about that, okay? And I'm going to put it in one of my best. Most aura in fiction. I probably would have held off because I am going to do a gaming one again. I'm going to be doing, like, not gaming one. I already done a few gaming ones. I probably will do, like, a TV show one, frankly. What am I talking about? It's one of my greats. I'd put it in one of my greats. It's on that precipice of my best. But at the end of the day, I was just trying to continue. This was when I was first trying to get more views. And it was right after the most aura in history. I'm going to put it at the top of great. I think that's fair. Would I win against U.S. presidents? This was right after the big event in November happened, and I wanted to fly a little bit too close to the sun. At the end of the day, it was just a dumb, fun video that did reasonably well. Do I really think about it? No. I don't look back. To be a great video, I have to look back on you and be like, yeah, I'm happy with that. This one was like, yeah, it was fun. I'm going to put it, it's better than torture tier list, easily. Gaming aura. This was probably one of the weakest videos that I've ever done for, like, aura videos. Because at the end of the day, it was just me being like, okay, let's do this. Like, I was just going through the motions of making videos, and I didn't make this as good as it could have been. And for that, I'm going to put it... again, it's a good video. Not great. It's almost there. Do they deserve extinction? A fun video. This one was fun. I will defend this. This one was a fun video. Yeah, it was fun. It was fun. It's mid, but it was fun. I'm going to put it at the top of mid. It's better than Wars. Easily better than Wars. Fictional villains. Now, this one I got to talk about Berserk, and I got to talk about Blood Meridian. Some of my favorite stuff to talk about on the channel, and there will be a dedicated video for both of those sometime in the future. But at the end of the day, I'm going to put this one in great. I think it's actually one of my greater videos. I'm a big fan of it. It's not one of my best, but it is a great video. Worst deaths in history. I will remake this one. I think remaking this one is probably in the cards and just do executions. Because at the end of the day, that's what a lot of this was. All of these could just be an execution method. And ultimately, yeah. Well, mid video. Very mid. Grossly mid. Is it a cult? This was me just going over random stuff that I've got, like astrology, red pill, crypto, and then arguing, is it a cult or not? That's essentially what the video boiled down to. And it was fun. Like, at the end of the day, that's really what it was, and it was a fun video. Would I do it again? Probably not. I do have a cult video that I'm working on, but it's a bit different. Mid video. Mid could be better. War crimes. This was me just going over different types of war crimes, and I'm gonna be 100% real with you. I actually learned a lot from this one. I didn't know it was illegal to target medics in warfare because I just assumed that you would do that. No, that's like a straight war crime. Also, the Middle East tried to make night vision illegal for the U.S. because it was, quote, too broken. That's also funny. I'm going to put this one in good because I got to learn from it. It was a funny video to make. Sounds messed up, but it was. Yeah, good. Neurological disorders. Now we're moving up to the somewhat recent. Neurological disorders. I should have done more research. I said some stuff. Like, here's the thing. I'm aware that I say some stuff that can be wrong, but it's in the middle of the rant. This one, I just got it completely wrong when I talked about stuff like antisocial personality disorder. But I did get some stuff right. And there was some funny lines, but it was a pretty mid video that I would remake under a different metric. Would I win against serial killers? This one, I realized that, like, I could really talk about anything on this channel. Like, I want you to, at this point in the channel's history, I talked about analog horror, superpowers, apocalypses, gaming, movie, TV shows, drama, history, and now I was talking about serial killers. This was when I think I collected all the Infinity Stones of yapping, and I became EthanOnEverything, bro. Super Saiyan form EthanOnEverything. And I think it goes in good because I realized my true potential with this video. Video game adaptations. This was during the Game Awards, and I just finished Arcane. And I still think Arcane is better than Fallout. Now, if you want to argue adaptation, I get it. But I just want to talk, like, this is probably one of the better examples of, oh, I'm thinking about it. Oh, I guess I'm going to film the video. And pumped it out quick. Ended up doing pretty good. And I'm going to put it at, it's above the torture tier list. It's above that, too. Yeah, it's a pretty good video, actually. Are they breedable aliens? Yeah, one of my greats. It's one of my greats. I gotta put it in one of my greats, dog. This one was funny. I really like this one. I don't know if I'm gonna do timestamps on this video because I'm just realizing how long this is. I'm sorry if there's no timestamps on this, but holy crap, this is taking longer than I thought. Like, here's the thing. I got a good cardio for yapping. My brain is going in a bunch of different directions right now. Alien art. Yeah, it's one of my great videos. Fight me in the comment section, bro. It easily is. Hobbies. This one did good. This one did good. Is it one of my favorites? Meh, I could have done it better. However, you guys seem to like it. And we got to have, like, some good, talk about it. It was really good for the Discord. People started talking about it in there. I'm going to put it in good. It was a good video, dude. Yeah, good. Yeah, gods. One of my most recent ones, and I was ranking gods on Aura. Pretty good. No. I did do the Hindu gods a little bit dirty because I picked one of the lesser known ones. And if I were to do a sequel, which I don't know if I will pick like some Siva, like stuff like that. Is it one of my best videos? Yeah. I would say this is probably the worst of my best. Does that make sense? One of the worst of my best videos. I would put it there, and I think that's valid. SCP-001 proposals. This was when I went to the SCP website, started reading off these, and we kind of had a little story time. And this was when I was starting to get out of, like, the SCP stuff, because I didn't want to milk it. I didn't want to become an SCP channel, even though I am dressed up like an FBI agent. It was good. It was good, but could have been better. I'm going to put it at the bottom of good. I'll move torture down. Yeah. Movie franchises. Now, this one's, again, pretty recent. Have I had enough time to really boil down this one? I've gotten it down. I think most of the videos that I put out now are good. I don't have a lot of great ones yet because I need to feel it. I need to feel that a great video is coming on. We got a few good ones that I think are going to come out, but I'm going to put this at the bottom of good. Plagues. Not my best. I just wanted to yap about stuff in history. Did decent. Now I've gotten to the point where my bad videos do decent enough where they're justified to be made. And I'm going to put it at the bottom of mid. It was decent. Could have done better, though. Jobs with Aura. I love this video. I love this video. This one gets grandfathered into one of my best. Yeah, Jobs with Aura was funny. Yeah, I do think, yeah, 100%. The Apocalypse Iceberg. This is also why I don't do iceberg content. Let me just tell you something, man. Okay, I think, the tier list have helped me so much to grow that I never really needed to do iceberg stuff, and now I can do just different stuff that I find interesting. Like, I can do gaming stuff because you guys come for, like, the personality of it, but you guys know that I make tier list stuff. When I make iceberg stuff, it just looks like every other iceberg video. So, like, I've gotten to the point where either I do tier list stuff or I have to put myself in the thumbnail. So, like, when I do gaming stuff, I have to do the whole gaming reaction stuff because then you won't know it's me. And the iceberg stuff failed. Now, maybe this is me coping. It's because I'm not in the thumbnail. However, it's bottom of mid. It's one of my worst videos I've ever made as well. Star Wars movies. This was when I just wanted to rant about how bad I think Star Wars is. And it was because they said that they were going to make another trilogy. And they picked the person who made X-Men. And I think it was X-Men Dark Phoenix. That's the person that's going to be doing the new Star Wars trilogy. And I was so angry that I wanted to rant about it. It's a dumb, fun video, but it's mid. It's a mid video. Addictions. This one, I love this one too. Is it one of my best work? No, it's one of the greats though. It's one of my great times. I'm going to scroll down a little bit so I can get the bottom. Okay. It's one of my all-time greats. Yeah. Man, bro, I have a absolutely insane resume of videos, dog. Yeah, man. We earn the name Ethan on everything here, dog. Extinct Animals. This, again, was a fun one. I really like this one. Do I put it in great? Yeah. Yeah, I do. I do put it in great. It's a great video. There's nothing more to say. I did well. People liked it. People want more of it. And I enjoyed making it. Like, what more can you ask for? And it's a great. Martial Arts Aura. Now, this one, this was such a good pulling it all the way back. And, this is where I'm going to get, when I look into the back, it's always weird to think about. One of my first videos that I ever made on YouTube was ranking martial arts and how effective they were for the UFC. And that was on the Cage Side Convos YouTube channel. And back then, I never really thought we were going to get anywhere with this. I made a bunch of tier list stuff for UFC stuff, and they did well, and it's what taught me that, hey, tier list stuff kind of works well. And it did pretty well. I think of it's weird for me how far this has all come and how full circle it went. Because I made the martial arts one for Cage Side Convos. Bombed, but I was happy for the 1,000 views. And then I made Martial Arts Aura on here, and it did insane. It got over 100,000 views. And I think that I will always remember this video because it really, I stopped and paused and, thought to myself, damn, man. Maybe you did make it. I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to put it in one of my greats. I'm going to put it in one of my greats because it got me thinking, I don't want to think that I made it. I don't. People talk imposter syndrome. It's not, that's an understatement. It's not even that I think I'm an imposter and I don't deserve this. I legitimately don't believe I'm here. There's no way. There's no way I'm here. It's not even imposter. I'm not good enough for this. I don't believe I'm here. At all. Yeah. It's weird. It's a weird feeling. I'm sorry I'm getting real, but yeah, no, the martial arts one. It's weird to think about, man. Frankly. The SCP tier list. Man, I've made a lot. Wait, how many SCP stuff? Oh, this was SCP Volume 2. Unpopular opinion. This one didn't do that good, but I actually really enjoyed this one. This one was funny. I'm going to put it... I think this one's better than my first one. But it didn't do that well, but I personally... I'm more confident in this product. MCU Villain Aura. Now, I feel like I'm getting to a point where I'm starting to hit a stride where any video that I put out does somewhat well. Because this one, again, to give you an idea of, I don't mean to peel back the curtain. How I come up with videos, I wake up, drink some coffee, and then get a little notebook, and then I'm like, hey, what do I feel like doing? Oh, that. And then I spend 15 minutes making the tier list, and then I film the video, and then I edit it that night. Yes, I'm able to pump out these videos if I really had to, I could put out 2 videos a day every 6 hours, okay? One video in the morning, one video at night. Because that's how easy I can pump these out. And that's one reason I've stuck to tier list stuff, because it's very low effort, and you guys want consistent content. And MCU Villain Aura, is it one of my greats? If you compared it to everything, yeah. Honestly, yeah. If you compared it to everything, it is. Friends. Ooh, I like this one. We got real with each other. I think it's one of my all-time great videos. It did well. I enjoyed making it. Like, when everything comes together, then it's a great video, and I'm going to put it there. The Trevor Henderson series, dude. Ooh. I love these. This is probably my all-time greatest series on the entirety of the channel. Every single part did well. Everybody liked it. It was a good for the time. Blew up. It's one of my all-time best videos. It's my longest video on the channel, 2 hours. Yeah, dude. One of my best work. Yes, I sit back and I'm proud that I made that. That is how proud of it I am. The mythical race tier list. Now, this was supposed to get me out of making the race tier list, but it didn't because you guys managed to bully me into it. But I am going to do it on my own terms when I do it. This one was just meant as a joke. It was pretty mid in nature. Yeah. I was going to say, are they breedable? But I didn't want to do that one for this. I'm going to put it in mid. It's one of my mid videos. It's not one of my worst, though. Most evil in fiction. I like this one. This is another one. Now, we're getting to a point where these are some of my best works, okay? Most evil in fiction has to go at the bottom of great, right next to Friends. I think that's a valid take. I don't think anybody's disagreeing. You guys like this, but some of you guys actually recommended this one to be the video. Ranking every DC movie, mid. Yeah, I take it back. I was not hitting my stride here. I'm going to move this one down, mid. Why? It's literally the same thing as ranking every Marvel movie, but worse because, yeah, could have been better. The Dictators tier list. I'm going to be real. I know I've said this multiple times, but it is out of order, so that's the way I'm going to defend it. This was when, again, I realized I could just talk about anything on this channel, because this channel is basically just my, like, virtual diary of random thoughts that go through my head. And I wanted to talk about Dictators, and that's what I did. Is it one of my greats? It's one of my good. It's one of my good. Oh, now. Oh. Ooh. The reason I'm saying that is because now, oh, my goodness, there's so many. Oh, how many videos we got left? Oh, my goodness. Okay. We're going to start speed running the rest. Okay, you guys are watching for the yaps, not the quality on this one. Let's get this done. Christmas movies. One of my all-time worst videos ever. Hated this one. There was a joke that I made that whenever one of my videos did bad, it'll never do as bad as the Christmas movie tier list. Awful movie. No, awful video, frankly. And I had to watch Red 1 for that. Athletes with Aura. It was a collaboration with my brother. It's one of my all-time greats. I enjoyed this one. Yes. Bottom of great. Disturbing Media Volume 1. I enjoyed it. I like this one. I'm going to put it in great, dude. I really enjoyed this one. I got to put it there. Worst candy. Okay, I don't want to pull back the screen again. I made the highest RPM on this one, which is so funny because I didn't even think this one was going to get monetized. I'm going to put it at the bottom of good. Bottom of good. It's a good one. I enjoyed it. It was fun. I made decent money on it, yeah. Most Aura in History Volume 2. Great. Oh my goodness, bro. Such a stacked lineup on here. Every single one of these is a certified hit. If you haven't seen all of these are hits, dude. Most powerful in gaming. Could have been better. I was admittedly trying to get out a video that could help me get to 100,000, and this was the one that chose. Put it at the bottom of good. Valid. Would I win against cryptids? At the end of the day, I just wanted to make another cryptid video, and I had to come up with a different algorithm to do it. Different metric to do it. And I just settled on would I win against cryptids. It's ultimately a lazy video. I'm going to put it at the top of worst. Top of worst. Disturbing Media Volume 2. It's a good video. It's not as good as the first one. I'm going to put it in good. Good. I think that's valid. Natural disasters. Fun. Not one of my best. Could have been better. Would I have made it again? No. I would have done something different. I did not like it, actually, now that I think about it. Mid video. Even my mid ones actually aren't that bad if you look at it. Animal Aura Part 2. I was just milking the Animal Aura one. I was just milking it, I'll be frank with you. Like the low taper fade mean, I was dragging Animal Aura for quite a bit. But I am going to put it in good. The Apocalypse Iceberg Part 2. Bombed so bad, never made another one, dog. Bombed so bad, never made another one. Worst. One of my worst videos of all time, actually. Sports. Ranking sports. By how much aura they had. I actually really like this one. This one was funny. I'm gonna put it in good. Is it great? No. But I had fun with it, and at the end of the day, that's all that matters with that. Overrated TV shows. Was a collaboration again with my brother. Did good. It's one of my great videos. It's a great video. Yes. Yes. Still, it fits in among the greats, dude. The podcast tier list, it was mid. It was a mid video. At the end of the day, it was a fun one to make. I had a lot of laughs. Got to talk about some of the stuff that I like. We had like a fan base coming together moment. And I think it's a good mid. Historical Warriors, great. Yes, I got to talk about more history. I love that I get to talk about history stuff on here. Because I think that's like that's the least brain rot stuff that I make when I actually talk about stuff that happened in history. And I think putting it in great is valid. Gaming Aura. I thought did I do Gaming Aura Part 2? I'm going to put it in, I thought I already did this one. You know what? It was Part 2. Good. It was a good one. I'll put it in good. Craziest stuff that happened in 2024. I'm going to put this one in, again, good. These are my middle of the line videos, and I think it fits in it did well. I'll say that. It did better than I thought it would do. But at the end of the day, could have been better. Holidays. One of my all-time worst videos I ever made. I just had to film a video on Thanksgiving, and this was the one that I came up with because I didn't think I was going to film on Thanksgiving. So I literally came up with this one on like 15 minutes notice and then filmed it and then edited it. Zero effort went into this video. Strange hobbies. It was fun, but it was a mid video. It was fun talking about it with my mom because she's kind of like she helps me come up with video ideas. She'll be on the channel at some point. But ultimately, poorly executed. Could have been better. And I'm sorry I'm breezing through these, but I don't even know how long this video is, dog. Oh, Dinosaur Aura. Really like this one. I was watching some Jurassic Park, and ultimately, I would put it in a good video. I think that's valid. The 100K Q&A. I enjoyed this video because it gave me the confidence to do stuff other than tier list content. And that is what's going to come into some of the stuff that I'm going to be making. And for that, I'm going to put it in great. I think you have to put it in great for what it kind of gave me the confidence to do. MCU Aura. It's a great video. It's a great video. At the end of the day, a lot of my new stuff gets put in great because I've been able to figure out how to do a lot of it. And I was able to sidestep a lot of the character growth. And there you go. That is me tier listing every single tier list. I don't know how this one's going to do, but this one is for the boys. This one's for the Ethanites. The people out there that enjoy my content. Okay, let's take a look. But you people don't like that I don't show it off, but I'm going to slowly scroll. You have my best, great, good, mid, and worst. Ultimately, not bad. Not bad. I think we did pretty dang good, and all of this is because of you guys and the support that you give this channel. I never would have been able to make it this far. I never would have been able to get this plaque. I wouldn't even got that because that's from the Discord. I wouldn't have done any of this if it weren't for the support of you guys, and ultimately, I owe this all to you. It is your channel. I am merely the host, and I am blessed to have this job. And with all that out of the way, I hope you have a great day, and I will see you all in the next video. Adios, guys.